from the Fox 5 studios, this is Silver State Sports Live.
We are live from beautiful Las Vegas Ballpark here in Summerlin, the home of the Las Vegas Aviators. A very special edition of Silver State Sports Live. On the road, we are out of the studio and on the loose. It's so good to be here. I'm Mariah Donos.
I'm Mike Davis. I wish we can do this each and every day. We're priming you up for Game 2 between the Golden Knights and Utah Mammoth. We'll check in a little bit with Tony Cordasco, but also going on tonight, the Las Vegas Aviators kick off a 6-game homestand against the Salt Lake Bees in a game you can catch right here on Triple SEN. And Salt Lake, you know, it's a team last place in the PCL, but historically the Aviators have done very well against the Bees, opening up this season against them just a month ago, putting up a total of 31 runs in that 3-game series. Vegas will look to assert their dominance once again here tonight.
And we're going to cut right to the chase. Joining us now to talk all about this series and this awesome ball club, Aviators manager Fran Reeder. Fran, let's talk about the club this year. Currently, you guys are tied for first in the PCL West. What have you seen from this group that's got you off to such a strong start?
Well, I think we're kind of picking up where we left off from last season. We started off with a great homestand. We went 7-2. We basically performed fantastic in all aspects of the game. We went on a 2-week road trip, Sacramento and Reno. We didn't have the best results. We went 4-6 on that trip, but we did a lot of great things. We have a lot of hitters that are kind of heating up, which was difficult to do on the road because it was freezing in both Sacramento and Reno. And it's just great to be back. It's great to have our young star and Gage Jump starting the game tonight, and a lot of guys starting to swing the bats better and looking to really put together a good solid homestand.
Yeah, Gage Jump, third prospect in the ball club. You guys are 7-2 at home right now, but complimentary baseball is really the name of the game. That's the way you lead. That's how you described how the group won last year with the PCL title. How refreshing is it to just get that continuity back from last season and just the back-to-back nature of getting that going again, complimentary ball?
Well, it's great. It's a totally different roster. Sure, we have some guys that are back from last year's PCL championship team, but we also have a lot of exciting new players, a lot of young players, a lot of veteran players that we signed in the offseason, and everyone's kind of buying into the complementary baseball that you just spoke of, you know, where we have to play good defense, we have to make routine plays, we have to have good at-bats, we have to get on base, and we have to drive guys in with some doubles and some homers. You combine that with good starting pitching and the solid bullpen that we've had so far, and, you know, we're at the top of the standings, but I think there's a lot of room for growth, a lot of ways we can get better as a team.
Well, you mentioned Gage Jump. I want to talk about another guy. There's a number of guys on this roster, really, that impressed at spring training. Henry Bolte being one of them. He got the stamp of approval from Mark Kotze when he was asked about him. What have you seen from him so far, and what's his ceiling?
Well, his ceiling is the sky. I mean, he's so talented. He's so athletic. He's so explosive. There's nothing that he really can't do on a baseball field, and he just had probably the best spring training of anybody in that group. I don't think he'd tell you he's happy with the way his offensive season has started off. There's been a little bit of a you know, I don't want to say setback with his production, but he just hasn't produced the way that he expected himself to. But that's the beauty of the season, the long season. You know, we're still early. He's still trying to adjust to being an everyday AAA player. At the same time, trying to do things, you know, defensively, playing a lot of center field to get him ready for the big leagues. And it's not easy. This is a hard game, and he's made a lot of strides in the last 3-4 games, and we expect him to do the same this week.
Yeah, so, you know, he was so hot in spring training that, you know, sometimes you're just trying to keep that going as the season kicks off. Tell us, looking ahead tonight, this upcoming series, as you got 6 games here in this homestand, you kicked off the year against the Bees. How do you kind of get the guys ready to just go up against the Bees for this 6-game homestand, 7-2 at home? You guys are playing well here. What are you telling the guys?
Well, I think there is a comfort level playing at home in front of our home fans and getting into some warm weather again, which we lacked for the last 2 weeks. But it's it's the same thing, giving them information, putting them in positions to succeed. It doesn't matter if it's the Bees or the Comets or the the River Cats, we're going out there to win every night. We're going out there to win every series. We're going out every game with the expectation of developing these guys to be really good big leaguers. So the message is always the same. The teams vary. We go on the road. We come home. There's certain teams we play better against. There's certain teams that we match up better against. But the message every day and every game is always the same. Just go out there and play really good, sound, fundamental baseball. Work on the things that you need to work on to improve your game for the major leagues, and do everything we can to win every night.
Well, you mentioned Gage Jump getting the start here tonight. His first outing against OKC, a little bit rocky. I would say he went 2 1/3 innings. How have you seen him develop? What do you want to see out of him here in this start?
Just attacking the strike zone. He's got such great stuff. His velocity is incredible, 94 to 97 miles an hour. He's got great secondary pitches, and he knows how to use them, but it's just a matter of getting ahead in counts. It's a matter of attacking the strike zone, forcing early contact, getting himself in plus pitchers count so he can then throw his put-away pitches for strikeouts, which is exactly what he did in his last start against Reno.
Last thing for your friend, you've done such a tremendous job here, 25 years coaching in baseball, 11 here with the Aviators, 3 Manager of the Year awards. I think what you do such a great job is not just having this team compete, but also facilitating growth so these guys can get to the majors. One of the interesting things I'm curious about is how do you address guys who get called up and then come back down? A guy like Colby Thomas, he's playing out of his mind right now. Tremendous start for him. But how do you work with guys when Geloff's up and down, Colby's up and down? How do you manage the expectations and emotions of players with that?
Well, that's a kind of a tricky dance, but roster-wise, we have who we have that day, and within that roster are players that could have been called up and sent down, players who maybe think they should be up in the big leagues, players who are just starting their AAA careers, and just kind of taking the temperature of every player in the room and finding out what they need to hear, finding out what it is that they're working on, and really focusing on that development, whether it be specific drills or what they're trying to do with the bat or pitches that they're working on, and just making sure that as a staff everyone's on the same page, working towards the same goal, not only trying to win that night, but getting these guys ready to play in the big leagues, and then sometimes massaging the temperaments of guys that have been sent down and maybe are a little bit wounded. Yeah. So it's a daily thing, and it always depends on what's going on with the varsity club in Sacramento and what guys need to do here to either get to the big leagues for the first time or get back.
All right, well, Fran, thank you so much. We appreciate you, and good luck tonight and for the rest of the week here. Welcome back to Vegas and the nice temperatures. Don't forget, you can catch tonight's Aviators game right here on the Silver State Sports and Entertainment Network as Las Vegas takes on Salt Lake. First pitch is set for 7:05.
And still to come on Silver State Sports Live, the Golden Knights are gearing up for Game 2 against the Utah Mammoth. We got Tony Cordasco on standby. He's going to break it all down with us. That's next.
This week on the Silver State Sports and Entertainment Network. Your Triple SEN lineup is sponsored by AAA Roadside Assistance. Visit AAA today.
You're watching Silver State Sports Live.
So the Golden Knights took a punch from the Mammoth in Game 1 at the Fortress early, trailing by a goal heading into the third period, but the guys in gold battled back, scoring 3 unanswered goals in the final stanza to win 4-2. Head coach John Tortorella was asked this morning at Morning Skate about his approach to managing lines when things start out slow.
I don't want to spook the team because I don't think we were playing that badly. I think sometimes you haven't scored a goal or whatever it may be. You think you have to move things around. You got to be careful. You've got to give them an opportunity, especially with a veteran group, to let them try to figure it out a little bit. So I have no blueprint. And going into tonight's game, I have no blueprint as far as how I'm going to run the lines. I'm going to coach the game, see where the game's going, and act accordingly. If I think I need to try to help them and spark something, I will. I'm not going to change it just because they haven't finished or scored a goal. I'm watching all the things they're doing offensively. I don't worry about them defensively. So yeah, I'm not going to overthink it. I'll just play it by feel and see where we go with it.
All right, puck drop tonight at the Fortress, set for 6:30 p.m. And joining us now ahead of Game 2 to break it all down is our favorite guy in all the land, Tony Cordasco, host of the Locked On Golden Knights podcast. So, Tony, what stood out to you most about the Golden Knights win in Game 1?
The physicality. I was really surprised because I just think that the Golden Knights are more of a finesse team, and they out-hit this Utah team. By the way, this is the rivalry that we didn't know we needed. We really definitely appreciate the way that both teams really put out in Game 1. What will they have left here in Game 2 and for the remainder of the series? But 52-30 in hits in that first game. And we just have to see if these two teams can continue to sustain this type of hitting, this type of physicality. Yesterday, the NHL Player Safety Committee, they fined Sean Dersey $5,000 for that headbutt on Rasmus Anderson. And we also have to keep our eyes on Nick Dowd. Does he go after that little rascal in Logan Cooley? Does he go after him and try to beat him up or kill? Well, he said he's going to kill him. I guess it's really violent. So we'll have to keep our eyes on everything that's going on. Hey, if you're players from either side tonight, keep your head on a swivel because you don't know where anything's going to come from. And we even saw Cole Smith getting some friendly fire the other night in the middle of that little scrum, and he thought that he got hit by someone from the Mammoth, and it was actually, I thought it was Brett Howden who came out of there, accidentally clipped him with a stick. But yeah, it's going to be interesting, and how long could they sustain playing at this level with this intensity? Sooner or later, teams have got to stay out of the box, and we're going to have to see more of a skills competition, I believe, as we get deeper into this series.
Okay, yeah, but let's talk a little bit more about that physicality. I mean, this is the style of hockey I love to see, Tony. But Vegas, Utah, two of the three newest franchises in the hockey league. I'm just curious, do you think this is going to be the next rivalry that Vegas Golden Knights fans are going to just be primed for each and every season? And do you think Vegas is going to try to just keep this level of physicality going for the rest of the series? Is this letting Utah play into their hands in a little bit?
Yeah, I think we're going to see this continue according to what we heard yesterday from Keegan Colasar. He was talking about, hey, we want to play this style. I didn't see this coming, I'll be quite honest with you, because I think at times the Golden Knights, especially in the pillow fighting division, are rather soft. I really do. And so now I wish that these two teams were in the same division. I wish they would do some realignment because it would be so much fun. They call it the I-15 series. Again, I think the fans are traveling back and forth. I really like the rivalry here that just started, really. I mean, when this team was in Phoenix, there wasn't much of a rivalry. I think a lot of the Golden Knights fans got mad that last meeting or one of the last meetings there in Phoenix where there was a 6-goal third period for the Coyotes at the time. And maybe that's some carryover. But I've never heard the fans chanting some of the things that they were chanting here at T-Mobile Arena. It's usually like the friendly confines. It's very friendly. We've seen so many opponents come in, all the Canadian teams and what have you. The Chicago Blackhawks, some of the top teams come in here with some really rowdy fans. Toronto. And we still didn't even hear any of the chants that we're hearing in this series so far.
Yeah, move over Original Six. This is the next wave, the next generation of rivalries in the NHL. But I want to talk about Carter Hart for a second because he's been lights out in net under Torts 7-0 so far. What have you liked out of him? What have you seen out of him?
Well, he's come up with that next save, right? He's come up with the big save. And I think that VGK was void of that when they had Aiden Hill in net. I think that he's proven now that he's a gamer. I don't want to see any Golden Knights goaltender go behind the net. That's usually a disaster. I don't know what they coach them there, but they always turn the puck over. But other than that, I mean, a few pucks have gotten behind him. He's had some puck luck. He could have been at a deficit again the other night when he could have given up yet another goal to Utah that got behind him, and luckily he was cleared out of the crease. But he's making all the big saves right now, and the defense has really stood up in front of him. I think that's one of the biggest factors, is that you have the defense there standing up and clearing out the crease, and there's not a lot of opponents standing there in the middle of the crease there. There's not a lot of net front presence by the opponents so far in this series. So hopefully that could continue for VGK.
All right, Tony, you're the best. Thanks so much. We'll hope to get another win tonight. Starting off this series with a 2-0 lead would be nice. Thanks, Tony.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
All right, so a lot going on in the world of sports, of course, this week, and we got to talk the NFL draft, because guess what, Mariah? We're going to be on the road again on Thursday as the Raiders are preparing to make their #1 overall selection. Of course, we're assuming, we're projecting, we're hoping, we're praying it's going to be Fernando Mendoza. We're going to get you ready, because we're going to be on location at the Raiders draft party at the Palms, 2 p.m., Silver State Sports Live. You don't want to miss it.
And still to come on Silver State Sports Live, we're going up to Seattle to see how the Aviators Big League Club is doing. The A's win Game 1 versus the Mariners. We're breaking it all down after the break.
You're watching Silver State Sports Live.
Welcome back to Las Vegas Ballpark. It's so good to be live here, but we got to talk about this farm system, man. It's something else. AA Midland, they're thriving with a 12-3 record. We already talked to Fran about this Aviators Club, and to top it all off, on the biggest stage, the Athletics are doing a bang-up job in the AL West.
100%. Yeah, the green and gold started off their series against the Seattle Mariners in the best possible way. Let's head up to the Emerald City for a Game 1 recap. So the A's down 3-0 in the top of the 4th. Carlos Cortez begins the comeback with this. Shout out to right. It's gone. 3-1 A's.
Moving to the top of the 6th, no one is safe with this guy at the plate. Nick Kurtz sees it, likes it, and crushes it. Through the no-fly zone, no less. The Big Amish makes it a 1-run game.
All right, next batter up, it's Shea Langoliers, off to a hot start. He's contagious with his hitting. He hits a bomb off of his own to tie this thing up at 3.
To the top of the 8th now. The A's in front, 2 on, 1 out. It's Lawrence Butler at the plate. He drives it to right field to bring in his guys. A 2-run RBI single seals the deal. The Athletics win it 6-4. Here's Mark Kotze on the battles ahead with the AL West rival Mariners.
You know, this is a good team, and we know we have to play good baseball to be in games with them. And the series last year, like you said, was a battle, and you know, tonight was the start of, you know, hopefully another grind for against this team this year.
All right, so the A's Game 2 of that series tonight. First pitch from T-Mobile Park in Seattle is set for 6:40.
And coming up, my stomach is growling. Is yours?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I need some hot dogs.
No, so we're going to do something about that. We're showing you all that Las Vegas Ballpark cuisine has to offer. That's next.
You're watching Silver State Sports Live.
State Sports Live. We're here at Las Vegas Ballpark in Summerlin, and it's time to eat. Mariah, who do we have here with us? Antonio, what did you bring for us?
Oh.
Today,
Step in here with us.
Our spam musubi dog.
Oh.
It's a part of our Island Eats concept.
Yeah.
We do it on our concourse here in our concessions. So we take a spam dog, We wrap it in sushi rice and we fry it, and then we top it with pineapple relish and an eel sauce and furikake.
Wow, it sounds right up Boza's alley, huh?
I mean,
Yeah?
This
You
is
into
crazy.
that?
You guys always do different kind of iterations of the hot dog. It's not just the typical hot dog. I know Mariah once had
I've tried them all.
You've tried them all. She
Yeah.
had a cheesesteak hot dog here. But tell us about the taste. What I mean, if for people at home, if
So-
they want to get a taste of this baby, what are the sensations
Oh,
they're
that's
going to be
something
feeling?
that's proprietary to the ballpark.
Oh, it's proprietary.
So it's a spam hot dog,
Oh.
literal spam. It's not a normal
Smells
beef hot
good.
dog. It's spam hot dog. So it's something that's only here. You're not going to find it anywhere else. It's only at the
Wow.
Las Vegas Ballpark.
I like when things are proprietary.
Did I not say I was craving a smash burger?
Is this the smash
That is
burger?
the smash burger.
Break that down for
The
us.
double
I know
smash
it when I
burger.
see it.
So it's the double smash burger. We do a 75-25 blend, and then we do white American cheese on the 2 pieces each patty because you want to have the melting factor, right? And then we top it with caramelized onions, pickles, and then our fry sauce.
Can you explain 75-25? I wasn't a math guy. What does that mean? What do you got going on in here?
75% of lean ground beef and then 25% fat. So when you smash it, it gives you a nice fatty content.
That's a good ratio.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's beautiful.
You got some pickles on there. What kind of cheese is that?
Oh, white American cheese, right?
The
You
best.
can't go wrong with it. It's
Wow.
flavorful, melts nice.
Can I try one of these chips?
This
Yes,
is
please,
hands down.
in-house.
These chips are really good. This is hands down the best item here at the park. Again, I've tried everything, and there are some new items compared to last year. But let me tell you, the smash burger is so good. You need to try it if you come to Las Vegas Ballpark. And it looks like we have another item here, which I am thrilled about. Is that a poke bowl?
Ahi poke bowl. Yes, we serve it at our Island Eats concept as well. So we get our fresh ahi tuna, of course. You want it to taste like the ocean, not fish, right? And we top it off with our chipotle aioli made in house.
Oh, my
It's tossed
goodness.
with jicama, cucumber, and red onions, and then we top it with cilantro and furikake.
All right, Antonio, this is the great stuff that you brought for us. We appreciate it. You
Thank
can always find
you.
this
Thank
here,
you.
man. Thank you for
Yes,
that
it was a
breakdown.
pleasure.
Thank you so much. So, just a few of the items you can try here at Las Vegas Ballpark. We need to dive into this as soon as humanly possible. My mouth is watering. So, thanks so much for joining us.
This was lovely. I wish we could do it every day. Mariah, great stuff. Guys, join us tomorrow, 2 p.m.